reached the
1966 was the year that WSUW first went on air. It was originally a low-power FM radio station that barely covered the city of Whitewater. Today, it extends 20 miles in any particular direction and operates at 1,300 watts. There have been many changes over the years at WSUW. WSUW originally broadcast from the top of Hyer Hall for over 35 years, and the decision was made to move the station in 1988 to its current location in the basement of Anderson Library. The new facilities provided students a more modernized look and feel to the radio station and gave them numerous opportunities that didn't exist in the top of Hyer Hall. The one thing that has remained the same throughout the years is that WSUW is a student-run radio station composed of predominantly volunteers who make it what it is today.
Today, 91.7 plays the hottest music on the air. So what does The Edge have to offer you?
College radio and our freedom in it is like nothing else. Commercial radio, I can listen to commercial radio like occasionally for like 2 songs at a time, and then they'll put on something that just makes me cringe. You know, we have people who really get to choose what they want to play, and we are very, I don't know if liberal is the right word, but we just try to put things on the radio that aren't anywhere else. Some really great examples of the specialty show programming that we do, and I think we do really well, is something like our morning show, the Shane and Ted Morning Show, which is, you might have heard of the morning show before. We got one too. Hawk Talk is our weekly sports show. John and Brad's Excellent Adventure is a great example of like a late night talk plus a little bit of music, but really just kind of a entertainment piece. And then Enter the Medicine is where you're going to hear, you're going to hear indie music and guest appearances like you've never heard before.
It's a morning show, and we just want something that kids can wake up to on campus.
So basically, it's entertainment with education, so we like to call it edutainment. We just wanted a morning show because morning shows have a lot of freedom, and they get to do what they want, and
a lot of flexibility.
That was really the format that we wanted, you know, with the news and comedy and everything, and people not expecting us to play a whole lot of music.
Right, we're not in that scene, whole music bit.
Well, we like music. We don't disapprove of it, but we just don't want to play it on the air. We're more important.
The idea of the show was originally just to play like really, like whatever music I thought of at the time.
I think my favorite moment was when Peyton, one of the DJs that's on before Enter the Medicine, he was just like, hey, I've got this really like good friend. He plays really good like blues guitar. You know, can I bring him in? His name was Brian Cherry. He had already sent the CD to like the station, and he was already in rotation.
And I had no idea.
Yeah, no, we had no idea.
After he played the first song, I was kind of like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, what's your name? And he's like, Brian Cherry. He's like, what?
Yeah, it was like the, oh my gosh, like we're sitting with like,
yeah.
it was one of those moments. And then Peyton whips out this stand-up bass, and he's
almost
like,
out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he's just,
which is very hard to do for a stand-up bass.
Yeah, and he was just, you know, going right. It was the first time they ever played
together,
and it was one of those moments. Just like,
it was wonderful.
Oh, it was just,
it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was great.
And that's one of the great things about WSUW. You can come in not knowing anything about radio, and after a semester of practicum, after learning, you know, the basics behind everything, after a semester you're in there and you're doing your own specialty show. You're involved and you're planning things out and you're getting everything together. Shane and Ted were actually the inspiration for John and Brad's Excellent Adventure, I think.
Unfortunately.
Yes. They are. We'll give them credit for that.
Son of a...
It's a panel show. I mean, as far as I know, we're the only panel sports talk show in the area. I mean, yeah, you'll find it on TV every once in a while, but radio, it's that niche thing makes it unique because you're not really going to find it anywhere else. And also that we talk about Warhawk sports. We just don't focus on the national stuff that everybody else focuses on.
I think we got a cool thing going with our format because it's not like all over the place. it's still there, but then there's those special shows that get put in, like but like Hip Hop Hump Day and Metal at Midnight are great examples because, you know, it's a Wednesday, I woke up and turn on the radio and it's Hip Hop Hump Day. Like, I know that it'll be Hip Hop Hump Day. I got this one roommate who is just a hip hop junkie, and I just always knock on his door and I say, oh, it's Hip Hop Hump Day today. And he goes, oh, thanks, man. And he just, you know, like, he just rocks it all day. And then I got, you know, I was downtown at a tavern the other night, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, you guys play metal every night? He's like, I closed down my restaurant and we listen to it every single night at midnight. And it's just something that you can tune in and you know what's happening and you're good to go.
Metal at Midnight is basically a compilation of everything that is metal, going from Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, to modern day Cannibal Corpse, Darkane, angry heavy metal, anything, everything, the whole works. Hardcore, thrash, shred, black metal, death metal, everything.
Our facilities here at WSUW are bar none the nicest I've ever seen in college radio and better than most corporate radio stations. We keep up to date here on our technology, our software, and the setup of our studios have all been modernized. So it really gives students here a good chance to see what's in the real world, what can they expect, and it gives them different opportunities to do remotes, do different kinds of production, and get that experience, because otherwise you're going in the real world thinking you're just going to be a DJ. It's not going to happen. You have a lot of other responsibilities, and they do a really good job here of spreading the wealth.
So what does 91.7 offer you?
91.7 is a great way for students to gain real radio experience.
And free education.
Variety. Live music.
Melting pot with personality.
Opportunity.
$400 a semester.
Uninterrupted variety.